Good morning. For the peace candle today, I would like to have us think about the peace that makes us feel like all is well with our soul. And to that end, we will have a story today about the man who wrote the lyrics to that wonderful hymn. In just 2 years, from 1871 to 1873, Horatio Gates Spafford suffered a loss of just about everything that was near and dear to him. Yet out of the adversities which befell him, he was able to rise up from the ashes of depression and despair and left a legacy that many people know today, but probably are unaware of the circumstances behind the legacy. After 10 years of marriage now, with 4 young daughters and a son, the Spaffords lived in a beautiful home in Lakeview near Chicago and enjoyed a very good income from the rather successful law firm where Horatio was the senior partner. He was a devoted Christian and a faithful student of the Scriptures. His circle of friends included Dwight Moody and various other well-known Christians of the day. At the very height of his financial and professional success, on the 8th of October, 1871, the Great Chicago Fire destroyed Horatio's law firm, his livelihood, and nearly every real estate investment that he owned. The 2 years following the fire were extremely difficult for the Spafford family, and included the death of their young son. In 1873, they planned a trip to Europe, but he found it necessary to stay in Chicago to help solve an unexpected business problem. He told his wife he would join her and their children in Europe a few days later. His plan was to take another ship. About 4 days into the crossing of the Atlantic, the Ville de Havre collided with a powerful iron-hulled Scottish ship, the Loch Earn. Suddenly, all of those on board were in grave danger. Anna hurriedly brought her children to the deck. She knelt there with the 4 girls and prayed that God would spare them, if that could be His will, or to make them willing to endure whatever awaited them. Within approximately 12 minutes, the Ville de Havre slipped beneath the dark waters of the Atlantic, carrying with it 226 of the passengers, including the 4 Spafford children. A sailor rowing a small boat over the spot where the ship went down spotted a woman floating on a piece of the wreckage. It was Anna, still alive. He pulled her into the boat, and they were picked up by another large vessel, which 9 days later arrived in Cardiff, Wales. From there, she wired her husband a message which began, "Saved alone. What shall I do?" When Horatio received Anna's awful telegram, he was knotted with anguish and grief. He spent nights pacing the floor for understanding and consolation. He was here, Anna was far. Neither of them was near to where their precious girls lost their lives to the battle of the ocean. There were no bodies, no funeral arrangements, no proper way to grieve. Mr. Spafford booked passage on the next available ship and left to join his grieving wife. With the ship about 4 days out, the captain called Spafford to his cabin and told him they were over the place where his children went down. Spafford then wrote, "On Thursday last, we passed over the spot where the ship went down, in mid-ocean, the water being 3 miles deep. But I do not think of our dear ones there. They are safe, folded, the dear lambs, and there, before very long, we shall be too. In the meantime, thanks to God, we have an opportunity to serve and praise Him for His love and mercy to us and ours." According to one of the daughters that they had after the tragedy, Spafford wrote that she said that he wrote, "It is well with my soul," while he was on that journey. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul.